Hi all, so before we get too far into today's video, in true college Sarah fashion, I thought we would crack into an energy drink to help me wake up because I am wiped. I have done honestly a good amount of stuff today, but I just woke up from an hour nap and the way that I could sleep through the rest of the night is kind of crazy. And I wanted to film a little video today and do a couple other things before I go to sleep for the night. I don't know that I'll drink a whole energy drink, but I did just go to Aldi's and I did just pick up 3 energy drinks. First one, this Alani Sherbet Swirl, I think I will save for this weekend. I love this drink. I forget that Aldi's sometimes sells Alani, so I was like, well, I'm gonna pick this one up for this weekend. And then while I was already in that section, of course, that was when I found these two. This first one that I picked up is a Celsius Mango Lemonade. I've tried other Celsius ones. I'm not sure that I've tried a mango lemonade one. Really intrigued to see if I like this one. And then the last one I'm assuming is like the Aldi brand version. It's called Summit and the flavor is kiwi guava waves. I think this is the one that we will crack into. Not bad, but it's also not great. I don't think I'll be buying this one again. We'll just probably drink a little bit of this today and then save the rest for tomorrow or something. But at least I have a little pick me up now. We can get back to the point of why I wanted to start this video. Alrighty, y'all. Hi, welcome back to my bedroom. Currently, Kenny the koala is being so gracious to be our tripod right now, so I have Juice the moose with us. Couple more sips, hold please. Truthfully, not a lot on the mind today, except for the words do it anyway. Do it scared, do it unmotivated, do it unpracticed, do it unknowledgeable. Just start doing it. Do it anyway, I think are words that have just been repeating in my mind over and over. And I think a good example of this is that today I went for, originally it was going to be a 5 mile run this morning and it ended up being a 6 mile run. And honestly, I was not intending to do 6 miles, really. Also, that might help explain why my hair is so crazy looking. I swear she looked so cute this morning. I've been really trying to lock down the hairstyle I'm hoping to wear for my first half marathon. So I fear she does look a little crazy right now. That is okay. But yeah, today is my day off, and trust me, there's nothing I wanted to do more than to sleep in, stay in bed, be cozy, be comfy. But the night before, I set out my running outfit. I had my hair supplies ready to go. I was going to try this new hair product cream that my best friend let me try. And I wanted to wake up early so that I could run outside and it still be nice and cool outside and beat the weather this morning because there's supposed to be a huge storm that was rolling in today. So I made myself get up this morning. I made myself put on my clothes. I made myself do my hair and I made myself get going so I could do this run. And I think that was just kind of what was playing through my mind the entire run was we're just gonna do it anyway. I am not necessarily the most motivated person right now. I'm definitely very tired right now. I'm gonna do it anyway. And I went for a run near me, and for my longer runs, I like to have access to bathrooms and to drinks semi frequently so that I'm taking care of myself on my runs. And I ran, I think it was about 2.5 of my miles, and I got back to the car so I could rehydrate. And I think something in me clicked when I went back to rehydrate. I was like, yeah, I could go back for another 2.5, and it'd be the 5 miles I was planning on doing, or I could push myself and I could probably get in an extra mile. And that might seem crazy to some people, but I have been training for my half marathon and hurting my back in May has like severely slowed my progress on my training. Rightfully so, to be clear. I needed to prioritize healing that area before I started pushing myself again. And I think with that, it started to cause this. Liz? Apologies, y'all. I was not expecting my roommate to come home so soon, and so we had to catch up for a little bit. And as you guys can tell, it is dark now. It has been many hours since I was filming. But re-watching the clip back, I think what I was saying was that I think because of that break that I had to take, I think it started this internalized fear in myself that since my training has not gone as well as I was planning on it being, that now I'm going to disappoint myself because I won't perform as well as I wanted to come race day. Which is all silly in the long run of things because every race that I've done, my only goal has ever been to cross the finish line with a smile on my face. And to do my best. I've never really cared that much about how well I accomplish it per se. And so it's kind of become this like silly fear that has prevented me from a couple runs that I definitely could have done despite the fact that I've been needing to heal. And so today was one of those days where I was like, yeah, I could stay in bed and I could be afraid of the fact that I want to run a longer distance and how I'm not going to perform as good as I want to, or I can just do it anyway. I can do it afraid, which is really silly because of how much I love running and how often I have done this as a hobby for the past couple years now. And so, yeah, it was just kind of like a big thing that was going through my head, just kind of like on loop through everything I've done today was just do it anyway. Do it anyway. Like everything that came to my head that was like, this can be excuse to not do this thing, I was like, but do it anyway. And honestly, it was one of the best runs that I've gone on in a long time. And I by no means hit a PR or did outstanding by any means, but I'm so wildly proud for doing it anyway. And then after the run, I finally did something that I've been meaning to do for forever at this point, but felt silly doing because I still feel quite new to this whole running thing and I still feel very much like a novice in many ways. And like, I'm not an Olympic athlete by any means, and I'm not trying to accomplish any world records. But something I've been meaning to do is to go to like a proper running store, get my gait analyzed, get like fitted for shoes, that kind of thing. Because I have done research just online to find my running shoes and then buy, pretty affordable ones. And they've done their job for sure. But now with the back pain that I've been dealing with, and then also just this being the longest race I will have done thus far. I meant to do this earlier on in my training and I just never got to it. And so today, after my run, I pushed myself to make an appointment with my local running store to get my gait analyzed. And yeah, did I know what I was doing? No. Was I scared of doing it? Yeah. But did I do it anyway despite those things? Yeah, I still did it. And so I went in. I felt really silly. I was like, I don't know what to expect. Also, it's probably stupid, but my shoes are disgusting. They're gross. I'm disgusting. I ran 6 miles this morning. I did take a body shower, so I wasn't like completely gross, but still I was like, silly fear. Like I'm sure they deal with that all the time. I didn't know what kind of questions they'd be asking me. Like I'm a very self-taught runner when it comes to what I know. And like I've done what I can as far as research and reading and coming up with my training plan and stuff, but it's not like I'm certified in this. It's not like I have a degree in this. It's not like I've really talked to really any professional about it before. And so this was kind of like my first step into that realm. And yeah, was it like the smoothest process possible? No, it was done a little clumsily on my end. Like I answered everything to the best of my ability of why I wanted new shoes and what I was looking for in new shoes. It turned out like I didn't need to get my gait like actually analyzed for that. That's just like she said that this is just like a typical shoe fitting that you do when you go there. But I didn't know that. I didn't know that that was just like a normal thing that happens at these stores. I've never done that before. I told her I was like, this is my first time. Like I've never done this before. She explained the difference between getting fitted for a shoe versus getting your gait analyzed. And once I saw the contrast of the two, I was like, oh, I see. I can see why she led me down the route of just getting fitted for a shoe because my needs weren't to get my gait analyzed. And in that moment, I definitely felt silly, but like how would I have known until I went? I would have never known. And so I could have chosen to sat like in this paralysis of will I ever go to that running store and get myself fitted for a shoe or my gait analyzed, or will I just choose to constantly sit in the fear of what if? I think after going through that experience of like pushing myself to do it, which probably seems like such a random minor like thing to be like anxious about, to me it was like this thing that was like built up in my head of like, can I overcome this? And I didn't feel qualified enough. I didn't feel smart enough. I felt still beginner in so many ways of like, can I do it? But then this mentality that I've had from the beginning of this morning when I made myself go on that run and I said, do it anyway, just over and over in my head, came into play later today with that whole shoe store scenario was like, do it anyway. And I'm so happy that I did it anyway. And I think it's such a good mentality to have. And I think after I left that store, I immediately was like, I want to film a quick little video about this for my YouTube channel because it's not a profound, never heard of before type of like mentality, but I think the importance of it is still there. And it was definitely strong enough in me to like be like, let's film a video about this, because I think a lot of what holds us back in our lives is honestly ourselves. And I think our mental health is how we approach just a lot of things in our life, if not everything in our life. And I think giving yourself the grace and the mental leeway to be like, do it anyway, is like such a loving yet pushing you forward type of mentality to have to get through these things. So yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to say on the topic for now. Another just hopefully quick little video to post on my channel. Again, nothing inherently profound about it, but it completely turned around my day. And yeah, just a little tidbit that I wanted to share with you guys. But all that being said, I am overdue for a deep clean of a shower tonight. I am so looking forward to it. I also did my laundry today, so I'm looking forward to getting to some clean, comfy PJs. And yeah, it's crazy to think that my half marathon is less than a month away now. And she did tell me that I need to slowly break in my new shoes and to not just go full on out with them, which is a good reminder because truthfully, I was just going to wear them for my long run this weekend, but she told me to not do that. So I will try to follow her advice, but it's just so exciting once you get a new pair of running shoes. It's like, I just want to wear them right now, but she told me to phase them in, so we're gonna phase them in. Yeah, it's crazy to think how close my first half marathon is, and I feel like I've definitely talked about it on my channel a couple times, but just like the takeaways that I get from running as a hobby for me personally is crazy. Like, of course, the physical benefits are there. I do love how it makes me feel physically to accomplish a run, to accomplish a race, but I think more importantly, what I love about running is very similar to why I love yoga, is just what it does for me mentally. And I think that goes to show the importance of having those types of things in your life. And it doesn't have to be like a physical form of exercise to get great takeaways from. Like, it could be anything that you're interested in that I'm sure you could take a lot from. But for me, it just happens to be running and yoga, where I get like these mental breakthroughs of like, yeah, I'm doing this really hard thing, but look how great this is for you mentally. It's very inspiring to push yourself to do things and to do it anyway. So, yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Hope this inspires someone to do whatever your thing is and to do it anyway. But all that being said, me and Juice the Moose are ready to head to bed, so I will leave you guys with that. So, as always, I hope you guys are having a good day, and if you're not, that's okay too. And I hope I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!